All right, good afternoon. First, I'll start with participation. We had a couple of players that were out with minor physical ailments that could be described as day-to-day. Those are David DeCastro, James Washington, and Chris Wormley. Fully expect all three of those guys to be full participants here in a short number of days, but we did exercise that precaution today. Marquise Pouncey was excused by me for personal reasons. We'll be in support of him, and hopefully he'll be back to us here in a short period of time as well. Just largely opening thoughts. We're excited to get started. There's a lot of energy today, carrying pass for the first time. I thought just from a beginning standpoint, I like the competitive atmosphere, but also an awareness about how we need to work in this environment. We're faced with some unique challenges in 2020 in terms of the training camp process, evaluations and competing and the significance of it without preseason games. And I just thought today was a good start in that regard. We're going to have to compete at an extremely high level, but also do it with the understanding that it is Steelers versus Steelers, and do everything within our power to exercise good practice etiquette and proper precaution in an effort to keep everybody involved. Thought it was a good start in that regard. Obviously, we have a lot of teaching and learning to do, but we're excited about doing that and thankful just to kind of be in this process. Be happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
Hey, Mike, it looked like you were pretty excited, energetic watching the tight ends go through some drills. What do you like out of the tight end energy, especially a new guy like Eric Ebron? Seemed like he was really bringing something extra to the field today.
You know, we have some new guys at their position, and that merits some attention to get to know, not only in terms of their skill set, but how the learning process is going for them. Excited about the additions of Eric Ebron, but what you witness is just daily habits for me. The building of fundamentals, letting your pet peeves be known, letting guys know what drills are part of that are a part of individual period that are important to us and to me. And so I'm routinely watching the tight ends when they're getting their sled work, because I want to present that consistency to them, because I want them to know how important that skill set is.
Okay, next up is Jarrett Bell. Jarrett, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Mike, how you doing, Coach?
Good, Jarrett, always, man.
Good. Hey, you probably talked to your local guys about a lot of this over the past couple of weeks or so, but I'm curious about how you're managing a training camp under these conditions, as you just alluded to. What's been the most challenging aspect of it for you as a coach, and how's it changed your day and how you approach it personally?
You know, I don't know that it has changed the trajectory of my day all that much. I just think the planning element of it from the position that I'm in has been something that's been on my radar. The lack of preseason games, but also working to create opportunities where guys get to show what they're capable of, and creating a type of environment where it's energy charged, that could kind of reflect some of the things that you get a chance to glean from stadium participation is a challenge, and one that I respect, and one that we're working extremely hard to create. I think it's our responsibility to provide the platform where these guys sort themselves out, and I don't take that responsibility lightly.
Okay, next one, Joe Rudder from the Trib. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Mike. Do you plan with the right tackle situation? We saw a lot of chooks there today. Will you do that on a day-by-day basis, moving back and forth, or how do you plan to allocate those repetitions?
It'll be thoughtful, but it'll be based on the drills of the day and things of that nature. It'll be fair, but I wouldn't necessarily rep count.
Okay, next one comes from Aditi. Aditi, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. What are you doing about, there are no refs that are coming, none of the NFL refs are coming to training camp. So how are you handling that piece of it?
You know, much like we always do, we only get the NFL officials for about 3 days over the course of a training camp. So we're not talking about daily misses in terms of that. We are missing the points of emphasis that they annually bring when they do come. We have videos that we've been showing that have been sent to us from the officiating department that aid us in that. But largely that education, those points of emphasis for 2020 must be revealed and reinforced in our coaching. The technical coaching as it pertains to play in specific areas of positions. And so that's our approach to it. It's a teach thing for us. It's handled not only on the grass, but in the classroom as well.
Next one, Mark Caboli. Mark, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, backer, obviously inside Heinz Field. Was it what you were looking for in the intensity realm, and who stood out for you?
You talking about backs on backers?
Yes, backs on backers.
Oftentimes, like is the case, the first time you do backs on backers, it's more about new people getting adjusted to the intensity of the drill and learning how important technique is, although it's emotionally charged. So it's a lot of teaching and learning the first time through. I think always a good reflection of backs on backers is the second time we do it, and people have a chance to digest and learn. So I'll be excited about the next time we do it.
Okay, next up, Ray Fittipaldo. Ray, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, just to follow up on the backs on backers, rookie Anthony McFarland got a lot of reps, a lot of rematches. What are you looking for out of him, and specifically all the rookies in that drill?
Like I said, I just want to see them acclimate to the environment. It's an NFL competition period. It has that level of intensity, that level of talent, and particularly those guys that are new to ball at this level. It is a period of adjustment, and that period of adjustment requires physical reps. So younger guys like McFarland, man, we're going to want to see same thing on the other side of the ball. You might saw an unusual number of reps from Alex Highsmith. We realize that reps is the platform for learning. So they're going to get reps, and it's their job to adjust and to show rapid improvement.
Okay, next one is Mike Pursuta. Mike, go ahead.
Mike, you mentioned last week no tape of your opponents. I think you referenced that as worrisome. What's the plan to work around that?
I don't know that it's something that you can work around. It's a problem for the other 31 as well. So from that standpoint, it's fair. And worrisome is just what I use to describe it. I think that because we're all dealing with it, we're dealing with a level playing field in that regard, and it's going to be challenging, but equally so.
Okay, last one, Brian Batko. Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, we were talking to Coach Dunbar earlier today, and he was saying how this first day in full pads is an even bigger deal for the big guys up front who finally get to hit each other now. And in terms of that, I mean, what did you see, especially at that nose tackle spot with, I guess, the first day really of Tyson and Big Dan kind of getting that competition going?
Hey, much too early for me to sort out the nose tackle and the right tackle things. I know that that's going to be questions that you guys are going to have daily, but we just got started today. I'm sure we're going to gain clarity in that regard. Both guys showed up in great physical condition, and that's what is important. It'll provide some clarity as we continue to roll that ball out there and play